Good morning, everybody. We are studying about the political parties, and we have studied why do we need political parties, what are the functions of the political party, how many types of parties are there. Then we studied about the party system, single party system, bi-party system, and multi-party system. Then we studied about the kinds of party system, that is national and regional. We have studied there are 7 national political parties and rest are regional political parties. But the national parties have to come to bend towards, you can say that they bend towards the regional parties to form a government. Then we studied about the challenges of the political parties, that lack of integral democracy, dynastic succession, then the growing power of money and muscle, lack of meaningful choices, that we don't have choices because one person shift from the one party to another. So to remove the challenges of political parties, we have made some reforms. So reforms and suggestions to improve the political parties, improve some system in the political parties. So we have made lot of efforts. So in that we have anti-defection law. Now what does this anti-defection law mean? So it says the Constitution was amended to prevent elected MLAs and MPs from changing parties. So this was a reform made, but we can say that it is of no use when the members are not elected, when they are in the other party, they are given bribes by the other parties to change the old one and come and join the new one. So from including in defection, next we have according to law, if any MLA or MP changes party, he or she will lose his or her seat in the legislature. So when he's going to lose his seats? When he is elected. After elections, or prevent elected MLAs and MPs to change parties. But when they are not even elected, they do so. We have used affidavits, anti-defection law. Now we have the affidavits. Now what is an affidavit? It's a document which tells that you are either innocent, or you have so much property, or whatever the information that is given by you is correct. In order to reduce the influence of money and muscle power, the Supreme Court, the highest court, has made it mandatory, means compulsory, for the contestant to fill or you use the word file an affidavit. He has to tell everything about his property. The candidate in his or her affidavit will give details of his and her property and criminal cases pending against him or her. These are to be filled in. Then they have mandatory organizational meeting. This is also a reform. The election commission has made it mandatory for the political parties to hold their organizational meetings and elections. Some parties have started organizing elections, but most of the time it is a last formality. Then they have given some suggestions. Now what are the suggestions? So first is the law to regulate internal affairs. So it should be made compulsory for political parties to maintain a register of its members and to follow its own constitutions. Then we have some seats to be reserved for women. It should be made mandatory, you can use it, to reserve a minimum number of seats for women. There should be a quota for women in decision making bodies of the party. Then there's a state funding of elections. This is another suggestion. The government should give parties money to support their election funding. It should be in kind of petrol, paper, or telephone, or cash, based on the votes secured by the party in the last elections. So these are the two ways. Petrol, paper, or telephone, or when cash is given on base of votes secured by the party in the elections. Then we have some pressure to be put on the political parties. So for that we have people can put pressure. People can put pressure on political parties through petitions, publicity, and agitations. We have joined political parties. Means when you have grown up till the age of 25, after that you can join the political parties. So those who want to make changes should join political parties. So, these are the reforms and some suggestions that are being introduced to have a better say of the people and the MPs and MLAs to have a good government, no problems created in the political parties. They think of the public, but what happens is that you can see in your daily political activities that are running throughout the country. Okay, are these things that are being introduced given by the Supreme Court are being followed, or these are just on papers? As the politicians do not take care of these suggestions and reforms to make their parties. They may provide the wrong information and correct information in the affidavits, but everything is right when placed on the paper.